Don't touch me. And tell me why I'm gonna get tased, sir. No, I'm not.
The afternoon had been quiet, the kind of calm suburban stillness that makes ordinary chores feel almost peaceful. I was in my front yard, guiding the lawnmower back and forth across the grass, the steady hum of the engine blending with birdsong and the distant sound of traffic. My dog lounged near the porch, occasionally lifting his head to watch me work, while my family moved in and out of the house behind me. I didn't notice her at first. The mower drowned out most other sounds, so when I actually looked up and saw a woman striding across the edge of my lawn, I was startled. Her face was tight with anger, her arms stiff at her sides. I shut off the mower, expecting perhaps a complaint about noise. "You need to stop that right now," she shouted, her voice sharp and trembling with fury. I was confused. It was mid-afternoon, well within reasonable hours. "I'm just mowing my lawn," I said calmly. "Is something wrong?" She began ranting about the nose, about the grass clippings, about imagined slights that made little sense. Her words tumbled over each other, growing louder and more hostile. My family stepped outside, drawn by the shouting. My dog stood up, barking nervously at the sudden tension that only seemed to enrage her further. She moved closer, crossing from the sidewalk onto my property. I asked her to step back, trying to keep my voice steady. Instead, she advanced, pointing aggressively and yelling inches from my face. When my spouse told her to leave, she turned her anger toward them, shouting accusations and threats. Then she lunged. It happened quickly. She made a sudden movement toward my spouse, and my dog barked loudly, stepping between them. She swung her arm wildly, not quite striking anyone but coming dangerously close. At that moment, it was clear this was no longer just an argument. It was unpredictable and escalating. I pulled out my phone and called the police. While we waited, she continued pacing and shouting, her behavior erratic. I kept my family behind me and tried to maintain distance. My heart pounded, not out of anger but fear that she might actually hurt someone. When the patrol car arrived, the officers stepped out calmly but alert. They instructed her to step back and lower her voice. She refused. Instead, she shouted at them, her agitation rising to a fever pitch. One officer warned her multiple times to calm down and keep her distance. She suddenly charged toward them. In that split second, one officer deployed a stun gun. There was a sharp crackling sound, and she collapsed to the ground, stunned and momentarily immobilized. The entire scene fell silent except for the faint hum of the patrol car engine and my dog's soft whimper. The officers quickly secured her and called for medical assistance to ensure she was unharmed. As the adrenaline drained from my body, I realized how quickly an ordinary afternoon had spiraled into chaos. Later, standing in my quiet yard once again, I looked at the half-mowed grass and the abandoned lawn mower. The peaceful routine I had started with felt like it belonged to another day entirely. I never imagined that something as simple as cutting my lawn could end with flashing lights and police intervention. But sometimes, even the most ordinary moments can take an unexpected turn.